Hi, this is Aleena Khan. I'm a co-founder of CTZN Cosmetics, and I'm one of the UAE judges for Kouture. I can't believe I've only had 2 hours of sleep. So I just arrived from New York a few hours ago, but I'm really excited to be here. Honestly, I'm really honored. I feel like I'm amongst really cool people, and I love your guys' mission. It really spoke to me from the second that we met, so I'm just honored to be here. I was born in Los Angeles. I'm Pakistani, and then I moved to Dubai when I was 10. So LA and Dubai have always been home for me. I was very bossy. I was the eldest of, I would say 5, because me and my cousins and my sisters, we all grew up like sisters. But I was definitely like the eldest sibling. I was very sure of myself and yeah, really into family as well. My opinion is that although it's nice to see progress, I think people think inclusivity has an end goal, like once you've reached it, like you're fine. But the way CTZN defines inclusivity is that it's an ongoing goal. Like we're always going to be striving to find more ways to make people feel represented. So I think what I would like to see is the approach to change for people to understand that you're never going to reach a point where it's like, oh, we're done, we're inclusive. It's an ongoing effort, and it needs to be approached that way too. So CTZN is an inclusive, genderless, new age makeup brand. Everything is vegan friendly and cruelty free. The way we approached it is everything that we felt was missing as beauty consumers that loved makeup, we wanted to create ourselves. We really took matters into our own hands and created a brand that has a deeper why. For example, for us, it's all about enhancing cultural awareness through beauty. It's about empowering citizens of the world to feel seen. It's not just about the best lipstick. What are you doing with the platform that you're creating? That's like what gets me going. How I stay creative, I would say 2 things. One is travel for sure. I never say no to an opportunity to go somewhere new. I also never say no to an opportunity to meet a new person. So I think as much as you're outside of your zone, your comfort bubble, whether that's people or things or places, you'll only grow and increase your exposure to new ideas. So I think it's really important stepping outside that comfort zone. My earliest memory of beauty, I actually remember clearly. I was in year 6 and I was introduced to black eyeliner for the first time, but no one ever taught me how to take it off. So I remember I went on a family trip the day after I tried on black eyeliner for the first time, and every photo on that family holiday, like I have smudged eyes and I look like a complete punk rocker. So yeah, I should have learned how to properly take it off too. It's so important in today's world because that should be standard. I feel like it's just diversity and inclusivity should be like the bare minimum. So I'm so happy that people like the Kouture team are making this global and making this initiative something that everyone can hopefully access, because you know, we should all be starting there. Like it shouldn't be a question anymore to have a diverse group of people involved with a project or with an initiative. It should be where we start as, and then we keep building and we become better with that. My mantra is that it can be done. I really don't vibe with like pessimism. For me, there's always a way and it will be done. And even if it's stressful or even if it's last minute, which people might find annoying because I am last minute, but it will be done. And I truly believe that. And I think that's what keeps me going. Like, it keeps me hopeful. It can be done, Kouture, because honestly, like sometimes deadlines help. It pushes you to make sure you get it done. And sometimes that pressure actually is like adrenaline. But whenever you're stressed in the most stressful moment, just remember there is a solution for this. You are built to like be able, you're capable to get this done, and let that keep you going. It's crazy. I think the most wild one for me was Hilary Duff. She apparently wore it on her wedding day, and she followed us and DM'd us, and that was just like absolutely insane. It just feels surreal, but I think for me it's mainly credibility. You know, these celebrities get gifted the best products in the world, and their makeup artists have access to the best brands in the world. So if their artist chose our brand and put it on them even more than once, that's that stamp of approval that really makes us as a new brand feel like, okay, we like made really good product. What's next for me and for CTZN is we're actually launching red lipsticks for every skin tone. So we're all about identifying what is another product that needs a solution for all complexions, and red lipstick was the obvious after nude lipsticks. But what I'm really excited about is that there is a CSR initiative linked to this new collection. So we're going to be focusing on the period poverty crisis, and we are also collaborating with another South Asian influencer. So it's going to be very close to home. I think care for the planet. I love the creative authority that comes with it. I think I was one of those people that was a forever intern. I had like 5 internships, and also I worked somewhere before starting CTZN, and I think you really don't feel like any idea you have will actually be heard or valued as much than when you have your own brand. And I think that's just priceless. Yeah, I would always say ask a diverse group of people what their opinions are when you're working on something new, because sometimes when you just see it from your own lens, or your peers that are all from the same backgrounds, from the same age group, that's kind of how cancel culture happens, and you end up putting out something that's unintentionally offensive because we're all looking at something from one lens. So my advice is try to show a mixed group of people from different ages, different ethnicities, people that you trust, because they can help see things from a completely different perspective that you might have missed. I am all about podcasts in the bathtub. And my sister's room is literally right next to the bathroom, so I'm always like, you're welcome, because you probably learned so many new things from every podcast episode that I've played. But yeah, love a podcast. I think balance is so underrated, but it's actually the hardest thing to achieve. So you could feel like you're doing really well at work, but then your social life suffers, or you're not exercising, or you're just exhausted, or something has to give. So I think for me, it's when I'm putting everything into the brand, then other departments of my life don't get as much attention sometimes. I hope that people don't approach things as as boxes that need to be ticked, but I hope there's genuine care beyond what are you working towards and why are you doing it? Is there a deep why behind this brand, or again, is it just about the product being really nice? So I'd love to see more thoughtful approaches within the teams behind the brands. The biggest challenge is probably my time management skills, and as an entrepreneur that works with people on different time zones, it is something I still find really tough. But I think what's been helping me is trying to create somewhat of a morning routine, and I'm still trying to improve on this, so I'm definitely not perfect yet, but even just realizing the simple thing that gets you out of bed, for me, it's getting my coffee and then sitting down and journaling. It really helps me keep on top of, okay, what do I have to do today? What are the most important tasks that I need to prioritize? So really just spending some time in the morning tackling what is the needs of the day. Don't think too much about perfection. I think anytime your name is associated with something, it's so terrifying, and all your friends are watching, but I just don't think you'll ever reach that point where it's perfect. So instead of delaying your launch, every time you think it's just still not there yet, you might as well put it there before someone else does the idea first, and just realize that just put it out there and then you're gonna keep fixing it as you go. That's my approach. Perfect doesn't exist. My biggest mentor, I'm definitely still on the search for a mentor, I would say, putting this out there if anyone's watching. But no, I would definitely say my dad. I work with my dad as well, and growing up, he's always been an entrepreneur and he's always been a businessman, and I think his energy really brings people in, and that's why they end up wanting to work with him. So I've learned a lot of like kind of people skills from him, at the same time negotiation skills. So I would definitely say he's my mentor. Oh my God, Rihanna, obviously. Rihanna, for sure. Oh my God, I would say anything by Azealia Banks because it's just so high energy and fun, you can't help but strut. I abstract paint for fun, so it's not something that I would say is like professional by any means, but it's just something that I feel like I really enjoy, that I do on the side that people probably don't know about. Yeah, I think just prioritizing the wrong things, like whether that's prioritizing the wrong people or prioritizing more social events rather than like working hard, like whatever it is for each person. I just think it's natural that later in life you kind of learn every year like what is actually more and more important to you. But I would say really just figuring out what makes you happy and what makes you feel restored with energy rather than drained by energy, and then keep seeking that. What motivates me is knowing that one person can actually make an influence or impact on someone, as cheesy as it sounds. I think influence can start off from really small ways to like larger impact. So I think that excites me. If one person learns something about a new culture from one of our posts, to me that's exciting and that's an opportunity. I think disruptive.